Hi there, Chevy owners. Today on your 2014 Chevrolet Silverado 1500, we're going to be taking a look at and showing you how to install eTrailer's Class 4 2-inch trailer hitch receiver. And this is what our hitch looks like when it's installed. You will be able to see the receiver here at the back, as well as part of the cross tube going across the bottom. But here on our truck, it just, to me, just makes it look more rugged and durable than it was before. So I kind of like the looks of it here on the back of our truck. It does have a matte finish on it, which holds up to scratches a little bit better than a gloss finish was. It just doesn't show scratches and abrasions as well. It is a Class 4 2-inch by 2-inch receiver, so it should be good for just about anything that you're wanting to do with it, whether you're wanting to use it for accessories like bike racks or cargo carriers, or if you're going to be using this to get some work done, it's got plenty of capacity available to it to be hauling some stuff around. You'll secure your accessories to your hitch using a 5/8 inch hitch pin and clip. Now, one doesn't come included with the hitch, but we've got plenty available here at eTrailer, and you can also get locking ones to protect your investments. On bottom, we have hoop-style safety chain loops with a very large opening that should accommodate just about every shape, size, and style of safety chain. Even our little quick links here. These quick links actually real tight, but they fit as well. This hitch offers a 1,000 pound tongue weight, which is the force going down on top of our receiver, and 1,000 pounds is a ton of weight to have for your tongue weight. You should have no problem using any of the accessories that you'd want to with this. Bike racks, you could use the largest ones for bike platform easily. There's even some that are expandable. Should have no problem with this. The largest cargo carriers we've got here, you could load those all the way up to the max with no problem. And it also has a 10,000 pound gross towing capacity, which is how much that it can pull behind it. And with 10,000 pounds, that is going to unlock a whole lot of potential. There's just a slew of campers that you should be able to pull with this, car haulers. I mean, there's just all kinds of things that you'd be able to pull with 10,000 pounds. Now, if you are going to try to pull something a little bit heavier than that, this hitch can be upgraded a little bit by using a weight distribution system. We've got a lot of different weight distribution systems available here at eTrailer that take the weight that's pushing down the back of your vehicle and helps to redistribute it onto the front axle, leveling out your vehicle and restoring lost handling and braking performance. When using a weight distribution system, the tongue weight on this hitch is going to increase up to 1,200 pounds, and the gross towing capacity is going to increase to 12,000 pounds. Now, as always, I recommend that you verify in your vehicle's owner's manual and ensure you don't exceed any of its towing capacities. And now I've got some measurements for you to help you when deciding on accessories. From the center of our hitch pin hole to the edge of our rear bumper, it's about 3.5 inches. And this is important when determining if your accessories will contact the bumper when inserted into your hitch, and if they can be placed in the upright storage position without contacting the bumper. And from the ground to the top inside edge of our receiver tube, we're right at about 17.25 inch. And that's important when determining if you need a drop, a rise, or a raise shank on your accessories. And now that we've taken a look at some of the features of our hitch, why don't you follow along with us in the shop and we'll show you how to get it installed. I'd say this is something you could do in your driveway in about a half an hour. It's a really easy hitch to put on. We're going to begin our installation here at the back of the vehicle. Underneath, we've got some factory hardware that we're going to need to remove. So here we can see underneath the frame, the bumper crossbeam support here. We have a bolt that's dropping straight down and one that's going up. We're going to remove both of these. We're going to remove the bolt first here with the 21mm socket. And with this one here, we really just need to remove the nut. It's okay to leave the bolt dropping down. So I actually kind of like to leave the bolt dropping down. It just kind of helps ensure that our bumper here is not going to move any. I mean, it has another attachment point towards the middle, and we're going to remove the hardware over on the other side the same way, but it just kind of helps ensure that things stay lined up for us. So we're just going to hop over here and remove the hardware that's on this side now. Now with an extra set of hands, we're going to lift our hitch into position. Now you can lower down your spare tire if it's getting in the way, but you should be able to lift it up with the spare tire there. Once we get it lifted up, we're going to grab either the nut or the bolt that we had removed, and we're just going to thread that here back in. I grabbed the nut and we're just threading it on that bolt that we left drop down. And that's going to hold our hitch up to ensure that we don't have to continually hold it into position. That'll make it a lot easier to install the rest of our hardware if we can get it to where it just hangs here by itself. All right, so now that we've got it hanging by those bolts and nuts that we put on there, we're going to take the other factory bolts that we've got here and we're going to start those into the other hole here. So those will just go straight up. Might have to move the hitch just a little bit, shimmy it around to get those to start. We'll get those to start on the other side as well for our factory bolts. Just get those taken care of real quick. And then we can start feeding in our hardware from that comes included with our kit. All right, so now we'll do our remaining pieces of hardware here. So you'll have your carriage bolts. Slide your carriage bolt down through your spacer block. This is going to drop down through the top of the frame, through the holes here. We need to take one of the flat washers though that comes in our kit, and this needs to go between the hitch and the frame, so we're just sliding it in there. We got our hardware still loose that we installed, the factory hardware, so we're able to kind of just slide it in. And I'm just lining it up so it's angled straight down. We'll then take that bolt with the spacer block on it. We'll drop it down through the hole, and then on bottom, we're gonna follow that up with a conical tooth washer. We're gonna put the teeth facing towards our hitch and then put a nut on it behind it. We're gonna repeat that for the other hole on this side and then the 2 holes on the other side that are in this same location. Make sure you have that washer in there. We already slid it between the hitch and the frame. Same on this side, you gotta have that washer between the 2. And on your last bolt here, you may or may not need to grab yourself a little bit of a pry bar or something. Just because once you get all the bolts fed down, except for the last one, you don't get nearly as much movement out of your hitch. But we were able to just push it over. But sometimes you might need to grab a pry bar. Because each bolt you drop in, you're minimizing how much play you got. But everything seemed to slide together pretty decently. All right, so now we're just going to go back and tighten our hardware down. We're going to use the same size for our factory bolts here, our 21. And we're going to switch over to a 19 for our hardware that came included with our hitch. And then we'll go back and torque our hardware to the specifications outlined in our instructions. And then we'll torque our hardware that came included with our hitch with our 19mm socket. And that completes our installation of eTrailer's Class 4 2-inch trailer hitch receiver on our 2014 Chevrolet Silverado 1500.